Hello and welcome back to Scratch Golf Academy. My name is Anthony Vessecchia. I'm a TPI certified golf fitness instructor. How many of you go out and you're on your short game and you're working on chipping or pitch shots, mostly chipping, where you're trying to keep your weight on your left side, but you're running into the inability to do so, or you have some swaying back and forth with your weight transfer during that chipping motion? Here's a couple drills today that are going to help you stay more on your lead side so that you can just focus on getting through with your arms and getting a proper chip motion. Before we begin, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that we can keep bringing you more content. Now, unfortunately, I don't have, which it doesn't really matter, I don't have a wedge today, but we're gonna bump and run today. I got a 7-iron in my hand. So one of the first drills that you can do is called a flamingo chip. So you're gonna be in a stance where you basically just have, you're on one leg and you have one foot behind you like this, and you're actually going to hit balls to the point at which you wanna hit with the 7-iron. Obviously, I'm gonna hit it much shorter and let it roll out, but you're going to just take your chip swing from that position there and pop a couple out and see how that goes, because now we are really forced to be stacked on that lead leg with that flamingo chip motion. Now, another thing that I see people do sometimes when they're chipping, and I'm not a golf instructor, so I want you to understand, mostly I'm focused on what we're doing here so that we can get used to keeping our weight on our lead side. But I do see people, just for this drill's sake, and for some of the others, if I do have a club in hand, I want you to at least finish proper. So when you get through, I want to make sure that you have that butt of that club aimed at your belly button when you finish, so that we're not flipping or doing some other stuff or moving our hands out here, okay? So just make sure that when you do it, that's aimed at your belly button so that you're actually getting rotation through your body. That's the only golf cue I'm gonna give you for that. But that is a flamingo chip. I would pop out, pick your target, let it roll out. You know, obviously don't let it go too far past, and make sure you get at least to the hole and practice a few of those. The next one that we're going to do, if you have a versus step, you can use a versus step. If you don't have a versus step, then you can roll up a towel. You can stand on the your head cover for your driver, something like that. Just anything that's gonna kick you onto your lead leg again. So we're gonna do the same thing here, and we're going to hit a few chips being this way. So you can have a little weight on this, but now again, it's tipping it to the lead side so that most of your weight's on the lead side, and you can work on getting your chips that way, okay? So we'll do 10 of those, and that's with just your rear foot elevated chips, okay? So we had the flamingo chip, we had the rear foot elevated chip, and now for the last one, we're gonna bring a kettlebell into the equation. This is a 15. I would suggest holding one that's pretty heavy. And what I want you to do again is we're gonna do that same flamingo stance, but now we're gonna use the kettlebell. And I want you to just get used to that rocking of your shoulders straight back and forth, okay? And as you're doing that, you should be able to basically only be on your toe is just there for balance. You're not necessarily in this position. So you're just here. And if you watch from the side, I want you to just get used to just rocking back and forth. That way we're getting that nice shoulder turn for that chipping motion. Okay, so having that heavier weight, you can hold it like this too. I just prefer to hold it this way. It doesn't matter. The point is that we're keeping our body steady in this position while we're rotating our shoulders over it. If you do it with something heavier, when it comes time to set up with something lighter, it's gonna be a lot easier. It's not gonna pull you off of where you wanna be. After you finish these 3 drills, then step up and perform some of your normal chips and see how much that may have improved and allowed you to just keep that weight over on your left side and not getting off of it and coming back because you've done those drills and it's kept you stacked on the side, and see how much better you get at your chipping motion.